You are listening to Perspectives Over Beats, where we interview the hottest unsigned artists that are spinning on Beat Hustle 365 iRadio. So sit back, relax, and enjoy. Without any further ado, here is the Haze Brown interview. Question number one. So when did you know that hip-hop was in you and you wanted to make music your hustle?
Well, my main thing is with music, I've been listening to music all my life, so, I've been around it since I was a child. But, what really made me get into, writing rhymes, I used to do it for fun, back in high school, just, to kill time. And my boy Jay Sweet, he a rapper also. He's the one that showed me, the more structured side behind it, to show me how to actually write rhymes and put songs together. And, as he was teaching me, it was I started opening my eyes to it a lot more, and I was like, you know what, this is what I do. And then from then on there, I just took it seriously. And, I've been riding with music ever since.
So what do you consider your flow as? What kind of lyricist are you, per se? Not to put you in any kind of category, but how do you define what you do?
Really, it's just, I call myself hip-hop reincarnated, only because the simple fact of just how the flows I like back in the day, those flows that stayed on beat that were catchy, that the flows were so tough, it was like its own beat in a way, but it commingled with the actual instrumental. So my style is a little bit like that, with a little bit of, with just my own little twist to it. I put my own little, spin on it to make it unique for me. And, how what my sound is like. So, it's kind of unorthodox, but at the same time, it's kind of, old school feel, saying people can recognize it, people can relate to it, but at the same time, it is something new. So, it gives us something to look forward to.
Okay, so were there any artists, hip-hop greats or, maybe regionally or locally that inspired you to create this type of flow that you have that's uniquely yours?
Offhand, the first artist I could think of is Outkast. I love listening to Outkast growing up. Outkast, Ludacris, Redman, especially Redman, just not only just because he's from Jersey, but, just how he just said whatever he wanted to it to be, no matter if it was, retarded or not, ridiculous or whatever, he made it fit. So it was, listening to a lot of that. Plus, I listen to, all types of different music, too, rock and roll, jazz, blues, pop, stuff like that. So just me having different, structured sounds around me, hearing things differently, just sparked my creativity so much to want to write music, But, there's so many artists, it's, too many.
Okay, so let me ask you this. Out of all the songs that you've created, which one would you say is your theme song for you?
Right now, I would definitely say Rubble.
Rubble is?
Yeah, my song got out now. It's something about Rubble just, it speaks to me. That song just, I can listen to it and just be damn, every time I listen to it. That song it screams out who I am. I'm just that rebel, always go against the rule, what I'm saying? I always want to do something differently. Okay. That song is my theme song right now.
Okay, cool. So for listeners who, because everyone, music is personal. We all take our own oomph out of music. We perceive it, in different ways, depending on, where we come from and how we, interpret, words and terms and slang and the music itself. I guess without going into deep detail, can you explain what Rubble is? Can you explain who Haze Brown is?
Well, Rubble is that song that it actually speaks to the rebels, people who are against the mainstream rap music, who's against all the cliche rap and all the songs that sound the same. They're against all that generic process stuff. That's what Rubble is about. Those people who actually want music with a purpose, music that actually makes sense. Music that, you know, is not only, you know, creative and fun, but also, you know, says a message. You know, that's putting something out there, not just mindless dribble. Like, that's what Rubble is in a nutshell right there.
Okay. So do you have another song that you have on your EP that people should be looking out for?
I mean, right now, on my upcoming EP, there's a lot of songs coming out for that. Like, it's too many tracks, but I got an EP out now, which is called Hip Hop for Real Skills. That EP, like, straight solid fire, all 6 tracks. Like, I don't even know. Like, my favorite tracks from there gotta be Flip the Script, What We Did Last Night. I really love Beat Junkie. Like, just how it flows in that song is just straight bomb. I love that song. Like, and like basically like that whole mixtape really like. But those main 3 really stand out for me.
Let's see. Let's do some projection here. 5 years from now, where do you want to be as far as your craft is concerned and as an artist?
As an artist, hopefully I should have a Grammy by then. But I mean, 5 years from now, I see myself really being big, like going out there and expanding my brand. You know, not only within music, but also, you know, other entertainment fields like TV, movies, you know, video games. Even like I really see my brand stretching out beyond music. You know, so that's what I'm really trying to do with this 5 years. Just trying to take this music and make it grow beyond that.
What impact do you want to have on the hip hop as far as the culture itself? You know, we have the music that never dies, but the culture itself is something that lives, you know, regardless of color, age, race, nationality. How do you see yourself impacting the culture of hip hop and not just the music scene?
The culture, I see myself affecting the culture as in bringing back, you know, that creative spark to it. Because the way I feel right now, like the way the rap music in the game is going, it's just a lot of like just the same old songs, you know, about popping drugs, always being in the club, and all these rappers got beef with other artists about like, you know, nonsense. Like I wanna bring back to the whole culture the fact of what music is about. It's about, you know, creating a mood, creating a tone. You know, not just following the trend. I want to bring back that creative process. I want to bring back those creative juices that were once in hip-hop that I feel are now, you know, gone pretty much.
So, the last question. Do you have any shout-outs you want to give?
Of course. I want to shout out my camp, Shows Entertainment. You know, shout out, you know, my boy Haze, my producer Drone, you know. I want to shout out the movement, my boy Diamond Graham, you know. They out of state respectfully doing their thing, but they holding it down. And my boy Jay Sweets out there in PA, you know, holding it down for Red Light.
Okay, well, I lied. I got one more question. Where can listeners find you on the net?
Oh, you can find me right now. You can find me on SoundCloud at soundcloud.com/HazeBrown. You can check out my website, officialhazebrown.com. You can also follow me on Twitter at RealHazeBrown. And I'm pretty much, like, everywhere.
That's it. That's all the questions.
Thank you for tuning in to Perspectives Over Beats. Next week, we have a new artist. So tune in next Friday at 6 o'clock.